Okay, Beamer merchants, you are looking at a Disa valve out of a 330 CI model, and this is located on the side of the intake manifolds. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove it, but most importantly I'm going to go ahead and compare what a good part and a bad part look like, and also what the symptoms are when this item is faulty. So anyhow, if you look at the side of your driver's side, you're gonna see this Disa valve here. It is connected by 2 bolts. Okay, and the bolts look, let me see here. Okay, and the bolts look like this. It's held in by 40 Torx, and this is what I used. A 40 Torx, and I just used an extension with the ratchet. Okay, so anyhow, what you do is you go ahead and you locate the bolts, which is there's gonna be one here and one here. Once you remove it, again, this is at your own. Be careful with this, because if you have a faulty Disa valve, the pin might get loose in there and fall into your cylinder. So when you pull it out, it's gonna be tight in there. Just gotta wiggle it, and it should come out. It should slide out. Okay, so I'll do that right now. Okay, so pretty much once it's loose, you slide it out again carefully. This one I already know that it's a good Disa valve. Okay, so this is how it looks. Okay, so anyhow, I took it out. One way you can find out if this is a good Disa valve is if you look at the flap here. It's got some resistance. See, snaps into place. So this is a good valve right here. Okay, let me show you what a bad one looks like. Okay, this is definitely a bad valve. See it just moves freely. Okay, this was in one of my customers' car, and he came to purchase this one here, but I just wanted to show you what the difference is. Now the symptoms that this bad Disa valve did on his car is you would hear a hissing sound on the side of the intake here. It was it sounded like a vacuum leak, pretty loud vacuum leak, and it was on this area here. And also too, whenever he turned the car off, you would hear a little rattle, and I believe it was this. You would hear something like this when you turn the car off. Okay, so that was his symptoms. And also too, the car would idle pretty rough. Okay, now be careful here. There's one good point I want to point out today. When you're removing a bad Disa valve, you gotta be careful when you pull it out. Why is that? Because of the fact that if this was in your car, and if you take a look here, there's a little pin. If this pin fell down your intake and into your cylinder, you pretty much would have blown your engine, or you would have to remove the whole cylinder head to get to this pin right here. Okay, so I'm sure there's a lot of stories out there where people were removing their Disa valve. This pin fell down and you could actually hear it just drop down the valves, and if it does, you are in trouble. Okay, so again, be careful when you remove this. If you need some of these parts, contact us. We have some Disa valves in stock, and we can definitely hook you up. But again, see, look at this. This is bad, and this was in the car. The car ran fairly good, but still you would hear a lot of hissing sound and rattling. So there you go. This is a bad one compared to a good one right here. Resistance. Okay, so anyhow, hope this helps. Have any questions, comments, stories, let us know, and be sure to subscribe for future videos. Take care.